This week on Cars and Things Restos, more of Mako. Good morning guys, we're here at the Holden Final Walk. Righto, as you would have seen last episode, we smashed the resto finish onto the engine bay, epoxied all the doors. Our brother's just gone around and laid some filler in where we put welded up the rust and all that. Like, I'm not too stressed about it it's behind the bumper. But I just want it all nice and flat. There was a dent there that he's had to fix, and there was that dent there, and there was a couple of dents up here, so all that's good. He's still got to put a bit of filler over here where we just put a little bit of fiberglass over that where we welded that bit of rust up, so we're going to smooth that off with a bit of filler, and we put a bit of fiberglass in the roof there. So that's where we're at. Oh, and he's also put fiberglass down there where we repaired that rust as well. Alright, so he's just sanding all the epoxy back now, getting ready. He's going to resto finish the whole car. So it's going to be, I've started rubbing that back. So we're going to do the whole car in epoxy. We're going to do the whole car in resto finish and all the doors. He's filled that little dent in there. It was right behind the rib in the door, so we couldn't get anything into it to pop it out. So we did. He did use the stud gun and pulled it up the best we could, and he's just whacked a bit of filler over that there. So all the rest of the doors are really, really good. Oh, he put a bit on this guard up here where we that's this fiberglass over where the what do you call it was, the area was. So all good. So we'll get the whole lot of it in high build now. Once they're in high build, we'll let them dry off probably overnight, and then I think we're putting the doors back on the car, and we're going to sand them on the car all along so we get it all straight along the sides. I think we'll even put the guards back on. We'll see how we go. We'll keep mucking around here. I'll show you what it looks like when she's all black. Righto, we've got all our doors and everything rubbed back. Brother's just about to put some resto finish on them. We're going to get this resto finish on this and the car today. We'll let them dry off overnight, and then we're going to, I think we're going to whack them on. I'm going to sandblast all the insides of them and put them on, or we're going to do that later, I'm not sure. We'll deal with that when we get to it. So yeah, so getting that on the doors, then we're going to do the car, let it dry off, and then we're going to start putting it back together. We filled this up, we slapped a little bit of fiberglass in there, and it's come up beautiful. I don't even think I need to put any filler in there. Pretty happy with that. Oh, good. All right, we'll get this black shit on. See what she looks like. See if we can see how straight these doors are. A bit hard though, that's real thick, that stuff. They look pretty good though. So they shouldn't take too much blocking back, I don't think. We'll see how it comes up like. Righto. There we are. Got all our resto finish all over it. Where I want it, I don't want it in all the door jams. I don't need it in there. We'll just probably put some high build in there and rub it back. But where we want to rub it back, seriously, it's bloody good. I'm really happy how straight this car is. So it won't take much to rub back, I don't reckon. There is a tin here. So we've got to fix that. That's all right. The doors look so good. Except for this one. It's got a dent in it just there on the guards. Well, obviously we've got to repair this bit here where we welded it. That's about it, I reckon. Oh, there was a dent you see here as well in the guard. So that one's pretty good. So anyway, we'll rub it all back and that'll show us where all our little imperfections are and whether we're going to put a bit of putty in them, like this one here. This might need a little bit of putty in it. A bit of glaze. We probably get away with a bit of glaze there. I don't think we're going to be able to get inside the door to get it out. It's amazing. They look unreal until you put some shine on them. Then you see all the little imperfections. But other than that, pretty happy. Alrighty. Well, we'll let that cure. And then we might slip the doors on it and start thinking about sanding it. Alrighty. Righto. Here we are. Just spent all morning blasting all the inner doors back. There was a bit of shitty yellow paint there. I might have to get that off. So they all come up pretty sweet. So I'm just sticking some epoxy on them now. Thought I'd better show you. Wax some epoxy on them, then we can put them on the car and start sanding it all dead straight. So here we go. Alright, doors are back on. Brother's doing a little bit of manipulating. Oh, I manipulated it alright. Look at the dent you put in it. Fucking hell, look at the dent there.
Have a look, put me straight there, Jamie. Have a look under there.
Come back and have a look. There are people, he reckons he didn't dent it.
No, I did. Did dent it.
Let's tap that back down. We're just getting the doors. This one here, just show them this one, brother.
This one's...
See that? Look at the gap we've got between
terrible.
And it's out as far as it'll go. But we've noticed, just open her up and I'll show people.
Oh yeah, that's easier said than done.
What we've noticed is the lock catch here is out as far as it can go.
Can't come this way anymore.
We need it to come out another 2 to 3 mil, and what we've noticed is when this was made, they haven't centralised the
captive nut.
Look, I've got a phone call. There you go. I'll take this phone call. But see that there, we've got to die grind that out of it so we can get it over a bit.
Melt it out, or?
I reckon it's going to roll in. They all roll in.
Yeah, but it's probably a bit more than I'd like. It's all right down here.
Yeah, but if we can put some filler there,
you can.
Yeah, we'll wipe a filler down the whole lot and then sand across it, and we'll get it exactly square.
Yeah, but you won't need any filler there.
Yeah.
You only need a touch from about here up.
And that'll just be straight across flat. It'll take that curve out of the shitty curve they have in them.
Factory roll.
Yeah, well we don't want that.
Oh,
fuck that off. I want it dead square straight across.
That's pretty good there.
But when we pull this out, it might tuck that back in a bit. So we need to get this door straight first.
Actually true. Yeah.
So we'll get that door right, and that might...
Well, that'll probably bring it in.
Yeah, all right. We'll check the other side.
That's a little bit of a roll in as well.
It's going to have that. We can't do anything about that. All we can do is fix it. But it's pretty right. Is that down? Might just need to undo it, lift it up. I'm going to get my die grinder in here. I'm going to die grind that inner panel there out so we can bring this out further over to that side, hopefully. So there we go. Alrighty, there we go. Done that. Let's put the catch back in. Well, it's not the catch, it's the pin for the catch. Oh, give me that bloody thing, brother. Oh shit, comes out miles now. Won't need to come out that far, I don't think.
We might be able to get it done this afternoon and get it.
Well,
Get it all lined up, cut it all back and see what it looks like.
we'll grab that up the card and we'll slip it on over here. Or you put that stuff in or not? I'll go max and we'll see where it is. Try that.
Still in.
Did it move? Did it slide in? Just
Go for this fucking thing.
lift that up.
That's it.
Ah.
That's better. Is it going to be too far? Mesh me straight.
Front or?
Remember it was a bit low. Yeah, but stay out of
I don't think it's done in it.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's a little bit. Might need to pull that out.
Just check that. It's got to come out a bit further, doesn't it?
Not much. It's more, if you look there, see
Yeah.
it rolls in.
Yep.
Although if you put it straight off there, it's a bit... It's not
Yeah, I
that
reckon it's
good.
got to come out a bit further. We'll get it right. I think I've got the guard bolts up here somewhere. There they are. All got to be cleaned up so we can paint them. Now, has that made any difference? Looks like it's out a bit far, this one.
Probably needs to be.
Oh, that pushed in then. So this one, I reckon that's really good, that one.
Nearly perfect. That needs tapping in. That needs... Actually, if that was in a touch...
Well, it probably just needs adjusting there at the door.
Yep. Actually, that...
This looks like it needs to come down too.
That's pretty good.
Well, I can see that. That's not right.
Yeah, that might just need a little...
No, let's put the guards on as well. We just ran the linear blocking tool over here, and we can see where it's touching and not touching. See that? So it's low there. How low you reckon, brother? Mil? Half a mil?
No, not a mil.
So, filler or resto filler?
We'll get it out with the resto.
So we'll just go another coat of resto on it.
Call that panel to panel. You want to get that
It's touching. It's touching.
touching there, it's touching,
It's touching here too.
Yeah,
Or is
just-
that just this? No.
So it doesn't need much.
Well, that's good. We'll get this guard. See we line the guard up. That's looking pretty nice. Just at the top there, it's in a little bit, is it?
Yeah, we're a little bit low on the guard, and we're a bit high on the guard there.
So what's the guard? We don't have to hit it in there, do we? That
Okay.
if we hit it in there, will it come out there?
Maybe. Have you got all the bolts on the inside done?
Yeah. Yep. Just wondering if we don't have to come up a bit. So there's all that glue
From factory.
from factory. So what if we grind all that off of there? It might go in further when we pull it up with a bolt. Oh, we'll do that.
And then comes back out. So the door is a bit too straight there. Finished now?
Here's the boy.
Well done.
Good job, mate. The drink in the freezer for you.
Rolling gave me the water. Well, I got to work, so I was supposed to put on the tail of my coffin and all of that.
Okay, bud.
So I'll be heading off. I'll
Righto.
catch you with that.
See you, mate. So the doors needs go a bit of roundness in it, just there. probably should put the other side on and see what it looks like. I wouldn't change that.
There you go. If you draw straight, see how it rolls,
Rolls
off
in.
the edge?
Yeah, so we need to fix that.
But it doesn't there.
Try pulling it out more.
You guard.
Try pulling it out more with the slide hammer. So, what I did notice was when I did this bolt here up, it tied, it pulled down and it come down a bit lower. So what I have done is stuck a washer under there, and then now it's a lot flusher across there. Yeah, keep going. The problem is it's pulling it out up here as well.
I'm hitting it. Can't go low to the hinge.
See now it's
Yeah, but I can
definitely...
tap that in there. That's better. Getting there.
You need to come down here, you need to do it there.
It's hitting something on the inside.
The hinge, is it? Can we open it and tap it from the inside?
Yeah, I think I might try it.
Give it to her, it's not even moving. Yeah, it moved in.
Actually a bit high there. So it's working.
Yeah, it's pulling it out up here, you need to tap it in there. That's nearly level by looking at it. Might need to get a bit of wood and tap that there.
There you go, look at that.
Yeah, it looks good, but if we hit this, is it going to push it back in though?
Pretty good. I don't know
Hit that with a
whether
hammer.
we need to just leave that out.
Yeah, but I don't know how much gap we want there. It's probably too much, if anything. He only wants to be a small gap there.
Especially if it's coming.
There's one in the back.
I want a flat one.
Oh, I put it back on the bench over there.
That's the problem. See that? Round it. We don't want it rounded. We want it flat.
I'm watching through the camera and there's a delay.
Yeah, there you go. Pretty good. You get that down through there. Down through the top.
Shit, yeah.
Pretty fucking close. Close, I mean.
Good shit.
There you go.
We're just going to reproduce it now when we put it back together once it's painted.
You finished it,
Couple of hours work. And it's starting to look like a fucking bomb again. So we'll get the other side done. I've got to bring my die grinder up and die grind that little bit out over there. And we can start sanding all this back, which it's not going to take a lot, I don't think. I'm excited. I am excited. So what date are we now? I think we're in the middle of March. About, I think it's the, I don't even know what date it is. It's the middle of March or something. And we have entered Summernats with Mako. So we've got to pull our finger out because Mako's entered. What number was it? 1466, I think I am. Something like that. I'll put a shot up of it. And we also entered the Z. Craig's entered the HZ, so it's going to the Nats as well. So either way, we're going to Summernats, whether Mako's done or not done. But I would prefer it to be done. So it's the middle of March. We've got a bit of time. We're hoping to have it ready for paint for around Easter. We've got a few others to do. We've got to paint before that, but I'm gonna paint the others first. Get my eye in, so when I do Mako, it's you know, I've done up 3 cars or whatever, 3 paint jobs prior to it, or 2 paint jobs prior to it, and I should have my eye in. So when I do Mako, just bang her on and it comes out sweet. So that will be where we'll be with Mako. Hopefully by Easter or just after Easter, we'll be getting it in some paint, and then it's a matter of starting to piece it all together. I went and seen a bloke on Friday, which was yesterday, about the rear seat, and he's asked me to bring the seat in. He's going to have a look. He might be able to make do a seat for me. So we'll see how we go. All right, we'll leave it there for the minute and we'll get back to you. Well, we're on the road again. Where we going, brother?
Renmark.
What have we got to go over Renmark?
Pick a bit of iron line up.
Pick an iron line up. Well, as you might have saw, the 304 block we're going to stroke. We got it all apart, and it's really good block, and it's good for be okay for a stroker. But we want to build a stroker with a roller cam, and we've found a VT HSV block. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Roller cam block. So we thought, you know what? Let's do it in that. So we're going to pick one up. We're home. We've gone and picked up our motor, our roller motor. Probably don't want to show you the engine number, but it's a prefixed VN, which is HSV. Now the gentleman bought it off Dale, really nice bloke. He actually is a reconditioner, engine reconditioner, and he's had her all apart. He's honed it and everything, which I said no, it doesn't really matter because we're going to bore it out to 30 thou to put our stroker kit in it. So he stripped it down and checked it all out and said really good nick. So we got hold of him, we've got it for ourselves now. So we're going to pull her apart and stroke it. I'll show you that in another video. Hello. It's all back together, ready to get its first rub back, to get it straight and flat. All these panels look good. This kicked out a little bit here. We might have to manipulate that a little bit. We might be able to just loosen the bolts off too and pull it all in. We're leaving the door gaps because that's standard. That's how we want them. Debating whether we fill this in or not, or leave it. It is pretty standard on Commodores. That's the rear quarter. I don't know. I'll see what brother thinks. We might be able to put a bit of fiberglass over it. Open this up. Whether we put a bit of fiberglass over it and flatten the back just to get rid of it. We might do that, I don't know. But there she is, all back in together, ready to be all blocked back. We'll use the Linear blocker tools. These ones here, the big, we'll use these, and the longer one and the thicker ones on the straight bits. And rub it all back. We'll probably start off with maybe 120 start off with. But that'll be all in the next episode. So that's going to do it for this episode. So thanks for coming along and watching. Appreciate the comments everybody's chucking up, the positivity of it. As I said earlier, we have entered it in Summernats, so it's full steam ahead now. I've got to get some other bits and pieces. I've got to start looking at getting stuff for the motor. That's all to come, but very soon. Righto. If you haven't jumped on and subscribed, please jump on and subscribe. It really helps us out. We reached the 3,000 subscribers last week, so thanks for everybody jumping on. Really appreciate it. And that's probably going to be it. Righto, we'll see you next week. Cheers.